but that's a big load of dead flies. Do you agree? This is, I'm throwing it, that's the weight out. Let me tell you, I was just sitting on the deck. It's mid-April, and I had a fly land on my arm. And then the light bulb came on. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen a fly since last October, so it's been 6 months. And I put 2 of these out last summer. One at the beginning of August, one at the beginning of September. I think it was too late because we already had a bunch of flies. I had 2 of these trapped a bunch of flies. So let's go split them open and see. They're all dried out. There's just a bunch of flies in there. Let's go bust them open and see what it's going to stink. So good thing you're watching on YouTube and you're not going to be gagging here with me. It's kind of weird here in Southern Colorado. A couple years we've been here, you know, we've had a really bad month of bad mosquitoes. Last year, I'm not joking when I say I literally swatted 2 mosquitoes on my arm the whole year. But the flies were really bad, like the regular flies. So I put one of these out, like I said, in 1st of August. I put one by the deck. We'll look at that one second. This one I put out at the beginning of September, right, like September 1st, right around there. And so it only had about a month or month and a half to catch flies. And dude, look. So this has some kind of junk inside. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of powder. And you wet it, and then it stinks like death. And it just smells horrible. And you can look and see it's already caught flies this year. They're not drowning in there because there's no water in there. So what I did last year was I'd fill it up to the line like it says, let it stink, let it catch flies, but it's so dry here, you know, this would dry out in a couple weeks. It'd be totally dry, there'd be a bunch of dead flies, but it would dry out in a couple weeks. So I just refill it with water, and that recharged it, and then it kept working and kept pulling in flies. And so you can see I'm surprised there's already flies in it. Of course, these guys are gonna get let go. So I'm not gonna try to smash them inside there. So sorry, the lighting's not good. It's blowing and swirling outside. I don't want this stuff blowing all over me. And we're gonna do this inside the little woodshed here. And it still stinks even though it's been dried out for the whole winter. There's a few flies escaping. Oh, that's too bad, huh? Okay, so how this works is the flies can smell the crap down there. They climb down through here, and because it's hanging, that traps the flies. They climb through this little hole down here, but then they never really find their way out of there. They're flying around here, and eventually they die of exhaustion or drowning, because this is a pool of water in here holding this, and this is really disgusting. This is like a big dead fly cake. So we're going to dump this out here, and if I throw up, you'll know. Wow. Oh, okay. Oh, game. Okay. I'm not counting the flies, but that's a big load of dead flies. Do you agree? This is... I'm throwing it... That's the weight out. Okay, well that was a really dumb idea to do this in an enclosed space. But I didn't throw up completely, but you can see how many dead flies there are. There's just... Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to even estimate that. There's a bunch of green bodies there, though. And I'm a little scared to... Let's see if we can flip this over, see what the bottom part of it looks like. I mean, look at all those. That's crazy. So yeah, this thing really works. If I kept all these flies from reproducing, that's amazing, right? That's really, really good. So, and recharging it seemed to work really well. Although the problem is you can only recharge it so much, because once it gets so full of dead flies, you just can't catch any more in there. So I'm gonna put them out this year right away, and hopefully I can stave off my fly population and keep it under control. So here's the other one. I didn't have it up as long. I mean, I had it up longer, but I didn't recharge it as much. So I'm doing this outside this time because that was a dumb idea to cut this open in a semi-enclosed space even. So the wind's hopefully going to be in my favor. Hopefully it won't blow these all over me. See all the dead flies around that. So does this recipe work? This thing, I mean, this stuff really stinks. And so you don't want to put this by your, you want to put it by your barbecue, but you don't want to put it by, look, there's already flies flying around right here. They're attracted to it. You want to put it by your barbecue, but you don't, let me tell you, because this will stink so bad you won't be able to stand by your barbecue, okay? So the bottom line is, hang this somewhere near, but not so close that your deck or your place you're going to be hanging around is downwind of this, because if you're downwind of this, it'll smell horrible. So what we do is we hang it on one side of our deck, And if the wind changes direction and doesn't blow from the southwest, because it does that sometimes, we'll just move it to the other side of the deck so we're not smelling the smell. But look how effective this is. Look at all these flies. I don't know how many that is, but that's all solid dead flies. So yeah, that's a bunch. Okay, so this is the Rescue brand of disposable fly trap. Now this is the hanging version. I don't know if they have one that sits on the ground, but sometimes that might be more convenient. It says it catches up to 20,000 flies. I wouldn't doubt it. So I don't know how many flies we just dumped out, but it was a bunch. There's the ingredients. Whatever that made me almost throw up out there. But yeah, I'm gonna go put 2 more out right now.